Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a couple of coloring books, and first of all I just want to apologize for the boo-boo cover up. You know, life happens. And if you see anything on my arm, it's just another boo-boo. I don't know, but anyway, so sorry about that, but I wanted to show you these books, and I just could not wait until this was all better. Look what I got. Now, this book is the art. It's the same artist that does. I cannot pronounce her name. She's from South Korea, and her first name is spelled Heejin. Her last name is Ko. She is an amazing artist. She oh my gosh, she's amazing. She, I believe, did the other book that I have that is got like it's music, I believe. And there's like poems in it. They're in Korean. Sorry. And it's got like a red cover. It's the same artist. This book, I was blessed enough that one of my fellow artists in the art community gave us a heads up that this was available on Amazon. I was like, what? Mind blown. Because normally these books, like this one and the one that's red that involves like poems with music and then pictures like on the other side. Amazing book. I did a review on that, so if you want to go back a little bit and find it, I did a flip through of that book also. I'll try to put in a card for it. But this is the same artist, and I mean, look at how stunning this work is. I mean, it's around $23 for me in the States. I have Amazon Prime, so I had free shipping. But normally these books you have to go to Etsy to get them, and then you pay about what you paid for the book for shipping. So when I found out, thanks to Tanya from Appetite for Coloring for the heads up in her communities tab, which she has enough members to do that sort of thing. I don't yet, but I'm working on it. And so Tanya, thank you. So without further ado, I'm going to show you this amazing book, and I will be coloring in it. In a sense, I will be scanning the images with my new little scanner, my little handheld scanner that I got. And you basically just kind of do it on, and you just kind of go like this, and you can scan it just like that. So I will be coloring copies of the images. I do the same with her other book, the one with the musical poems, because it's just too nice to color in, you know. And I can't afford like a spare copy that I can take apart, which is like what I do with Kirby's books and the newer Johanna books, not the older one because the paper's different. But as you can see, this is it's all in Korean. So hold on a second, let me adjust my lighting. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. And I also have a new desk, which I'm thrilled with. My old one was just a wreck. Anyway, this book has been around for a little bit, just a couple years, I think, according to the oh, a second, let me put my spare glasses on. It's been around for, I think, a couple of years. Let's see. Huh. Well, if it says it's not in English, dang, I hate that. Let's see. It was released on January 1st of last year. Okay. I looked it up on my computer. It was released January 1st of 2021. So it's not brand new, but it's not old either. But as you can see, I have no idea what this says. But where do you see, and she gives you a finished piece to like use as a reference. Hold on a second, let me put this other book to the side. I mean, would you want to color in this? It's just too nice. I mean, look at that. Oh, that's too loud. I mean, this is a great reference. I don't know what medium she used. It, you know, it could be anything. I'm suspecting that it's watercolor, but I'm not sure. But it's a nice reference photo. And I mean, this book is amazing. Now this one is, I have to admit, don't yell at me, but I think this one's a little weird because her head, the placement of her head is kind of odd. She kind of looks like she has no neck. Like you see a tiny sliver of a neck right there. Otherwise, she just kind of looks like she's this disembodied head with the on the body. Like there, I think I wish she had shown a little more neck, maybe. But either way, great reference photo for how to do lilies too, like Easter lilies. So I gather that's supposed to be like a spring picture, but then you got the picture that you can do. I mean, and the paper is really nice. It's, see, that tells you it's nice and heavy. And it feels quite thick. I don't know about wet media. I mean, you can tell that it's fairly thick. So if you put a layer of like clear gesso over this, you might be able to get away with a little bit more. And you probably could get away with a little light wet media, but I would go very cautious on this. Because generally these books, it's rare to find them on Etsy. I'm not Etsy, sorry. Back that up. It's rare to find them on Amazon. Very, very rare. Typically you have to pay, like I said earlier, you have to pay to have them shipped from Korea, from Etsy. So, yeah. But isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Look at that. I mean, and I do apologize for covering some of this up. I just don't want anybody to try and, you know, take her artwork, because I would imagine that she works way, way too hard on her stuff. I would imagine, you know, it looks like she puts a lot of thought into her work. I mean, this is amazing. Again, I will try to put a link to the other video I did of her other book that I got, which I did have to pay the shipping for. But, oh, look at that. It's like a doll, man. That is a crazy cool picture. This would make a great Halloween picture. Oh, that's warped. And I'm sorry I cannot read the titles. They're in Korean. But I think the art speaks for itself, don't you? I mean, that's what I feel like when I look at Chris Chang's work. Her art speaks for itself. Oh yeah, they are dolls, because look at the way the knees are. I don't know if you could see that. Here, I must scooch in so you could see. Look at the knees. See the knees? They're dolls. I didn't notice that at first, because if you... Here, let me put you back. Sorry. Hold on, let's get this a little lower. Sorry about that. My phone is being weird. Alright. The line art, it's mildly grayscaled, but it's very light. I'm not sure why she chose to do it so light. There's tooth to the paper. I can feel it, but it's fairly smooth. I don't know about marker. I personally would not ever, if I was even going to color in this at all, instead of color a copy, I would not even remotely use marker. And I am so mad. I messed up my book right here. I had a clip to keep the book open, and it dug into the page, and I'm so mad about that, because this is the image that I want to do first, and I damaged it, and I'm like, argh. You know, but this is one of my favorite images. This is the one on the cover. I mean, look at that. You guys, like, let's see if I can get you a little closer. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely stunning? I mean, this one's a little more grayscale, but it's still pretty light overall. I'm so mad at myself for messing that up. Oh, look at that. Look at her eyes. Can you guys see that? Look at her eyes. That is crazy cool. I'm going to try to replicate that. That is just, you see what I mean? How uber talented this lady is. And again, her name is Heejin. I don't know. It's I cannot pronounce it, y'all. I'm sorry. But if you look under Draw a Lovely You Korean coloring book, that's where you will find it. Draw a Lovely You. On her Etsy store, she has more books, like the one with the musical poems in it, and the artwork in that book is like OMG. So, I mean, isn't that absolutely amazing? This lady is just ridiculously talented. This one's a little weird. I like the flowers, but I don't quite get this one. It's a little strange. Oh my gosh, I love the way she did this purple fish. I mean, I don't know. This just, I have a feeling this is watercolor. Judging by the way things are, I strongly suspect this is watercolor. But crap, this lady's just, she's ridiculously talented. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh, she's sad. Oh my gosh, this book is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. That is something I've never been able to master, is the bokeh. That's what this is right here. This, you see the circles in the background? It's called a bokeh effect. B-O-K-E-A-H. I have watched numerous tutorials, including one by a lady that I patron, Monya Gates. And I still cannot get it as good as that. It looks simple, and it's harder than it looks, at least for me. I don't know. But that's what this is. But I mean, you see how talented this lady is. Now, this right here, I can tell by looking at it, this image is based on the movie Charlotte's Web. It's about a pig that gets sent to a farm, and he's like the runt of the litter, and he meets this spider, this lady spider, and they develop a relationship, you know, as friends. And she eventually dies, has babies and dies, and at a fair, and he's sad. It's a whole story. It's like a children's book, and then it was like an animated movie. I think it was even a real movie at one point. But this is based, that's why it says humble, because she said that, I forget the pig's name now. Anyway, that he was humble. I forgot his name. I haven't read that in a minute, but it's been around for a long time. Look at this, guys. I mean, I'm not sure why she chose to do this so light. I mean, there's grayscale in it, but it's just so light. I don't understand why. But, you know, it's whatever. But look at this, guys. I mean, Doesn't this just absolutely take your breath away? She's so talented. Like I said, this is very good, thick paper. And this right here, I know just looking at this, the way her hat, the hat and the bow and the top, this is a very similar outfit that was worn in the movie Gone with the Wind. And I can't remember the lead character's name. She wore an outfit very similar to this. I think this might be somewhat loosely based on that movie. And that movie, by the way, was made in the 40s, 30s. I don't know. It's old. And this obviously is the only English in the book, I think, next to Humble. And that's the from the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which is a book that was, believe it or not, one time banned. The libraries and schools banned it because of some of the racial issues that were addressed in it were not popular at the time. But, I mean, you see how Sadie's so good. I mean, she's so good. I love the reference photos, and this is definitely a Day of the Dead reference. So I'll probably do that one around Halloween. This could be an Easter one, maybe? I'm not sure. Oh, Pinocchio. Wow. That's cool. That's very cool. Now, this one I don't get at all. I honestly don't get this one whatsoever. I don't... excuse me. I don't get the reference here. So if anybody knows what this is referencing, please feel free to pop it in the comments and let me know, because I don't understand where this one is going whatsoever. Yeah, I don't get that. It's nice work, but I don't get the guy with the hat and the crown. I'm not sure what that's about. This one is just gorgeous, period. Gosh, look at this. It's so gorgeous. This, I think, is a reference to a children's book about a prince because of the way he's dressed. Or she, maybe, I'm not sure. This definitely is referencing a children's book. I think. Oh, look at this. Sunflowers are easily my favorite flower. Wow, this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. Holy cow. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm standing here just staring at this, little speechless. This is definitely representative of Beauty and the Beast, because look at the flower. That was one of the marks of Beauty and the Beast, was the flower. And I'm not sure why the wolf or animal, I'm not sure exactly, but that I think is referencing Beauty and the Beast a little bit. Wow, look at this. And here's some extra ones that don't have reference photos. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've only previously looked through it a little bit, and this book absolutely takes my breath away. It's just too nice to actually color in. I mean, if the books were easier to get a hold of, I probably would, but yeah, they're too hard to get a hold of. So if you want this book, I would suggest you hop to it and jump on Amazon and get it while it's there, because it's probably not going to last. And then you're going to end up having to pay for, $20-some in shipping, like I did for her other book. So I would hop to it while it's there. I just got this. I just ordered it. It took like 2 weeks to come in. I ordered it through some place called the book. It was on Amazon, but Amazon had used something called the Book Depository, which I thought was just a thing in the UK. But apparently there's a book depository in the States. So even though I technically ordered through Amazon, they used this thing called Book Depository. So yeah, the paper is nice and thick. It's if you want to color in it, I think you could. Certainly, I mean, the paper it's very smooth though. So I would not use a super waxy pencil like a Prisma, because I think the wax will build up very quickly and you'll get wax blooms. I would suggest a oil-based pencil for this kind of paper. Like oil-based it's not like the polychromos, where the polychromos is like full oil pencil, and it's not like total wax like the Prisma is. So I would suggest something in the middle, because it is a very smooth paper and it'll build up quite quickly. So the oil base has enough that it won't build up as quickly, and you might be able to get, if you color with a light hand, you might be able to get more layers. I would not use alcohol markers in this book. No, because you see the other side of the artwork, right? Has this, and I would not want to even take the chance of messing that up. No. Now, on to the other thing. Now, this is just a generic book that I got off of Amazon. It's nothing fancy. I paid like, I don't know, $10 for it. And it's got Amazon paper. I'm gonna forewarn you, but I just thought it was so cute. I wanted it anyway. And it's a collection of artists. It's not just one artist, but it says Coco Wyo. So it's probably Chinese. It's a home of many creatively independent artists. And so basically it's just a collection of different people's art. But I thought it was super cute. And so what I'll probably do is I may color in some of it, but I'm going to probably use my trusty scanner. And I got this for, let's see if I can remember. Hold on a second. Let me go to my Amazon real quick and I will take a look. Let's see if I can remember how much I paid for it. It was $66. It is a portable scanner, iSCAN 900 DPI A4 document scanner, and the brand is ONINAA. Again, it's probably Chinese, but I really need something like this, because I have books that are really nice that I don't want to color in, like that last one. So, and trying to take pictures and then with my phone of the books is sometimes challenging. So I thought this might be a little bit easier. So, I can put a specific description in links. I can't do affiliate links, but I will put a very specific description of where to find this on Amazon. In case you're interested. I have not used it yet. I was letting it charge up last night. And I'm going to have my tech-savvy husband help me figure it out. So, because he's good like that. So, anyway, back to this. It's just called Mushroom. And I just thought, it's so cute. This is one image I will probably scan and put onto watercolor paper, because I think it's absolutely adorable. And, again, it is definitely Amazon paper. So if you really want to color in this, I mean, you certainly can. I wouldn't expect to get more than about 5 layers. If you use, especially if you use a light hand, maybe 6. but I wouldn't count on getting any more than that, even with the light hand, because it is Crate Space paper. But the one good thing is it does have this black background on the other side. Now that's a plus and a minus, okay? The plus is that it does shield the artwork on the other page some, which is why it's there. However, if you're using like markers on the opposite page right here, sometimes you will get black, especially if you're using a light colored marker like a light yellow. You might see that black pop through and break through the color. So that's just something to be aware of. I've sort of found that out the hard way. And I would still put a paper sheet of like plain paper behind it anyway, because especially alcohol markers will bleed through almost anything and everything. But as you can see, it's not like super, it's like cafe coloring club type art. And I have a subscription to their service, and it's a similar kind of type of art. It's not super detailed, which I like personally. I have detailed art, and it's very challenging for me to finish that kind of an image because it's so detailed. My eyes just really have a hard time with it, and I'm also ADD, so sometimes I just want something that's not so uber detailed. And this book, by and large, fits that bill. And this is easily my favorite image. I think it's so cute. Hold on, let me pull this out a second. Hold on, guys. Let me just. This is my first time filming on my new desk. Here, I'll show you. See? That's part of it. Isn't that pretty? So, sorry about that. But it's my first time filming a video on my new desk, and so I'm still kind of learning what works and what doesn't. So I hope you'll bear with me while I kind of get the kinks worked out. Because it is very different. I had a corner desk that was monstrosity, and it was 20 years old and falling apart. So, yeah. But isn't this absolutely adorable? And I would suggest for this book especially, go look up reference photos of mushrooms, because you would be amazed. They're more than just brown and cream and white. They can be so colorful. It's absolutely, especially the poisonous ones. But isn't this also cute? It's nothing, super high-end, but it's really, really cute stuff. I absolutely adore this book. There are some images, like this one will be great for doing, like, quick little 10-minute tutorials or, quickie videos. Johanna has several books that have little images like this, where they're just a bunch of little ones all grouped together, but not necessarily wallpaper type. I do not like wallpaper pages at all. They make my eyes cross, and I don't have the patience for them whatsoever. Yeah, anyway, but isn't this absolutely cute? I mean, I don't know if I would try to print this one out because of all the black in it. It would use up an awful lot of ink, and it would probably smear. So, this is one image I will probably just, I might trace some of this. I have a light box, and I might just go to the trouble of doing a nice tracing of this. Not to sell uncolored or anything like that, but just, so I have copies of it that don't have the all that black in the background. This is so cute. I absolutely adore this image. That's so cute. But you see what I mean? They're really adorable. And there's a nice wide variety of detailed versus simple. They're nice in the middle of the road. They're not super uber detailed, but they're not super, super basic. This is one of my favorite ones too. But I mean, they're pretty anatomically correct as far as what I see from most mushrooms. They're fairly, accurate in the way they've drawn the mushrooms. Now, I used to know what this one's called, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. But it's really cute. It's really super cute book, and it's cheap. It's just a nice cheap coloring book for when you aren't feeling up to doing like something major, but you just want to, like, I don't know, de-stress. Because sometimes coloring can actually stress you out if you're wanting something to color come out really special, and it's an important picture. Like if I was doing one for my channel, you know, sometimes I get a little stressed out because I want them to come out nice. But this is the kind of book that I might do a few for my channel. And if you have a particular image that you would like to see me do from this book or from the Draw Lovely You, please pop it in the comments and let me know. You know, I can't post stuff in a communities tab yet. I have to have like 500 subscribers, and I got like maybe 243, so I need more subscribers. Yeah, this is also one of my favorites. I will do that as soon as I am able to. But in the meantime, the best way to get a hold of me is to email me, which is in my email should be in my profile, or just pop it in the comments, something you would like to see me do from the book or from another book that I've gone through. You know, I take suggestions, absolutely. This is cute. It's such an adorable book. It really is. I'm not crazy about the paper, but again, that is a fixable situation for me, especially now that I have that scanner. I have a printer with a scanner on it, but I have to get a flat copy of it first, and so that's another reason why I got the flat scanner. But I think this book is absolutely adorable. This may be one book I may do every page in it. There's no page in here that I don't like, which is really rare. I mean, even Johanna's, some of her images, even I'm like, yeah, especially the wallpaper ones. They're nice. They're not my cup of tea. But this one, I have yet to see one I don't want to color. So apparently there's other books by this, one's for Black women, Midnight Garden, which is another one I've heard of, Butterflies coloring book, and Whimsical World, I guess, are some of the others. And you can leave Amazon reviews. But yeah, so yeah, these are my coloring books. And again, if you have any suggestions, comments, anything you would like me to color from here, please don't hesitate to let me know. Yeah, these are great, guys. I think I hit the jackpot with these two. So I will try to also post a card for the other review that I did of her other book that I have. With that, have a blessed one, guys, and happy coloring. Bye.